What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, the RANT, and we're here to talk Celtics basketball. More specifically, Danny Ainge. And I just wanted to get this out. This is going to be a rant. I'm going to be honest. This is going to be a rant. I wanted to talk about this topic because I've been seeing it balloon up in the media, on YouTube, and it's a lot of people outside the fan base running their mouth about the Don, the Godfather, Danny Ainge, Trader Ainge. So many people running their mouth about our GM, and it's really crazy. And so this is the ongoing topic that everyone's talking about. The Celtics can't keep free agents, and I will also go ahead and add why that is capped. That makes no sense, and I'll go ahead and expose that fact. So this all starts with Isaiah Thomas. This will be an important part, although he is not a part of the free agents that walk. This all starts with Isaiah Thomas. Everyone built this narrative, but after Ainge traded Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, everyone built this narrative, and now it's ballooned into a monster that Ainge treats players like shit, that Ainge doesn't want to bring players, that Ainge doesn't want to pay players, he's always trying to trade players, that players just don't feel good, they feel uneasy there, and he treats them like commodities and less like players. And this is what I have to say to those people. Shut the fuck up. Listen really clear. If you were saying this, Ainge treats players like they're commodities and that are less than human, shut the fuck up. Because everything you're saying is baseless. It's completely baseless. It's off of no one saying that. It's completely based off Twitter reports and all this. So please, and I'm gonna say it again, shut the fuck up. Let's continue. I just wanted to get that point across to those people that are saying that. So, Isaiah Thomas had a great season, gets hurt, throws his hip out like he's 60 years old, and Danny Ainge trades him for Kyrie Irving. What the fuck did you want him to do? Did you want him to pay Isaiah Thomas and get killed for that deal? That would have set us back so much as a franchise if we were to have paid and given that max contract that Isaiah Thomas was looking for. If we were to have given him that contract and for him to have been hurt and not play a whole majority of season. Because remember, when we traded Isaiah Thomas, he came back at the halfway mark for Cleveland, and then they realized he wasn't the same player no more and traded him before the season ends. I just want people to remember that. The Celtics won that trade. That they sent Ante Zizic, Jay Crowder, Colin Sexton essentially, and they sent Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, who was a top 3-point guard, NBA champion, best handles in NBA history. They traded all of that, nobodies, nothing at this point, for Kyrie Irving. Like, I don't get what people wanted Ainge to do. You don't make any sense, and they don't want to acknowledge that fact that Isaiah Thomas was terrible after he got traded. That was a good trade. So how can you say, well, they did him dirty, but at the same time, it was a good trade for him? Pick a side. They either did him dirty or they were right for trading him. But you can't play both sides of the fence, dog. Y'all can't play both sides of the fence and just pick and choose whatever fits your narrative where to say things, because it doesn't make any sense. Further along, now people are also using the Al Horford thing. Al Horford walk. Shut the fuck up. Again, revisionist history to fit their narrative. Al Horford got overpaid. Everybody knows this. Al Horford got overpaid. They were not paying that deal. Al Horford is on the worst contract in NBA history. Right? He's on the worst contract in the NBA right now. Like, that is going to go down as the worst contract in NBA history. You wanna know why? Because Al Horford is fucking 35 years old on a max deal, and he can't average anywhere close to 20 points a game. Is that not connecting in your brain that no one cares that Al Horford walked for that money? Is anyone connecting that point in their brain? All right, let's move on. Now that you've got that point, let's move on. Now everyone wants to talk about Kyrie Irving, the crazy man. Kyrie Irving is a lunatic. Guys, Kyrie Irving is crazy. I get it. He's a nice guy. He does things for his community, but Kyrie Irving is off. He's bipolar. I don't even want to talk about Kyrie Irving. Honestly, I don't. I'm tired of talking about Kyrie Irving, but everyone brings it up. Guys, he was checked out in December. How are you blaming that on Ainge? He wanted to go play with one of his best friends. He wanted to go play one of the top 2 players in the league. How are you putting that on Ainge? Kyrie Irving is free to do that. How is that on Ainge to have keep him in a situation that clearly wasn't working? It wasn't conducive. He had the worst playoffs that I've ever seen by a Celtic. Period. Everyone talks about Kemba Walker's playoff. Kyrie Irving's playoffs was horrible. It was horrible. At least Kemba Walker had a good. Well, I'll give Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving had a good first round against the Pacers. Kemba Walker had a good first round against the Sixers. Kemba Walker had a better second round this year than Kyrie Irving had against the fucking Bucks last year. He was horrible. I mean, dribbling the ball out for 20 seconds, completely leaving defensive assignments to go guard Giannis for some reason. Oh my God! We got better when he left. Let's move on. I'm not even gonna stew about it. Let's move on. Now people are talking about the Gordon Hayward thing. Listen, Gordon Hayward got overpaid. What was the Celtics offered the man 4 years, $100 million, or we can do a sign and trade with Indiana for 4 years, $100 million. Charlotte saw the prices. They said, well, we gotta back up the Brinks truck. We gotta go pay and get the guy that we want, and that's what free agency is all about. That's the essence. You pay as much money as you can to get the guy you want. The Hornets paid $20 million extra than anybody else wanted to pay for Gordon Hayward, so they got their guy. Gordon Hayward was not obligated in any sign and trade scenario. None. He was not obligated to sign and trade. Like, he wasn't obligated to do that. I feel like people were so stuck on the rumors that they were getting this deal done. They were discussing it. Yes, Ainge could have agreed to it, but that doesn't mean that Hayward had to agree with it right away. Hayward was always going to play his card. He used both these teams as leverage to get as much money as possible. How is no one seeing this? How is no one talking about this? No one. I have to be the one. The little YouTuber, Sporting with the RANT, has to be the one to talk common sense to people. This is asinine. I cannot believe I have to make this video for people that claim to follow the NBA. I honestly cannot believe I have to make this video. Isaiah Thomas, broke hip. Kyrie Irving, crazy. Al Horford, overpaid, worst contract in NBA history. Gordon Hayward, overpaid, 20% usage player, gave us 0 in the playoffs. The sky isn't falling. I'm sorry. The sky isn't falling. They offered their guy money. He got more money somewhere else. That's it. We have Jaylen Brown's extension kicking in this year. Jason Tatum just got a $195 million 5-year extension. Deservingly so. That kicks in next year. We cannot afford this guy. We have Kemba Walker on a max deal. If he wants to get 4 years, $120 million, good. Love you. Bye. Thank you for it. Thank you for the regular season games. But that's it. That's it. Guys, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice without this guy. Twice. He gave us nothing in the playoffs. I just don't get why people feel like this team had to make a huge move in the offseason. They didn't. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to get better. That's just plain and simple. I know it's the boring answer, but it's the truth. Stop getting caught up in Twitter rumors. Stop getting caught up in guys mentioning people. Stop, because you don't have to take those things as gospel. And I think that also adds to the fact that there are very knowledgeable people that talk in the NBA that just form these opinions that are based off just random rumors that, and these are just people throwing shit to the wall and hoping something sticks. Like, literally, I could announce 100 different players are supposedly talking to 100 different teams, and if a few of those hit, all of a sudden I'm a guy with inside sources. I'm a guy that, but no one ever talks about all the misses that all these guys get. Like Scoop bullshit on Twitter. He throws shit out to the wall every single day right now. His Twitter is on fire with retweets, likes, because he has a verify sign, and this guy's just throwing, hey, this, that, the third, DeMarcus Cousins, this, that, the this team's trying to do this team's trying to do that, and he's just throwing, he's missing, and if something sticks, and then he can claim that he has an inside source on this, that he has inside sources. Guys, pull your head out of your ass. There are not players that just want to leave. And then there's this narrative that we just treat players like commodities. Where the fuck did this come from? This makes no sense. And then listen to this. There is no loyalty in the NBA, and there's no loyalty in sports business in general. There is no loyalty. Loyalty to the dollar sign is the only thing you have to be loyal to. And management and players mutually agreed to this principle, this way of life in the NBA, in the NFL, that there is no fucking loyalty. You are going to get paid here. You are going to get as much money as possible. That is your job. That's what you're supposed to do. I didn't blame Gordon Hayward for leaving. He got the bag. How can you be mad at that? I didn't blame Al Horford for leaving. Al Horford got the bag, and I knew he got overpaid. I didn't really care as long as it wasn't us overpaying him. So I feel like people just overreact, and they make up these insane situations. Insane insinuation. I don't know what the word is. People insinuate. There we go. People insinuate that players are just not treated by human beings, and that Ainge is trying to dangle players for picks. And then this is their favorite. Oh, he tried to dangle Kemba Walker for picks. Do you know that? You just retweet bullshit that you hear off Twitter because some random guy told you he did it. Listen to me. And I'm gonna say this clear to y'all because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If the Celtics wanted to trade Kemba Walker, he would be off the team. If the Celtics truly wanted to trade Kemba Walker, he would be off the team right now. Are you not getting that? This is how it adds up in my brain. And my brain works way different from y'all, apparently, because people live in 2K land where trades and this, that, and the third have to go through automatically. If there's a lot of rumors surrounding one GM or surrounding one topic and none of it comes true, somebody fucking lying. That's my take on it. If people are reporting this, that, and the third, and journals do this, that, and the third, well, they just tweet, well, and no one says anything. This is somebody fucking lying. If Danny Ainge ain't trade this player, if Danny Ainge ain't trade for this player, if Danny Ainge ain't do that trade picks, I learned this a while ago, and I learned this around like, what did I say, the 2015, 2016? What year did Jaylen Brown get drafted? I learned that season when the people were saying so hard that we were going to trade that number 3 pick for Jimmy Butler. And I believed it and I bought into it. And when it didn't happen, I was just like crushed. And I couldn't even enjoy the Jaylen Brown pick. I couldn't even enjoy that pick because I was so dead set that we're getting Jimmy Butler. We are getting Jimmy Butler. That's all I kept thinking. We're getting Jimmy Butler. And it didn't happen. And you know what? That right there is when I said, somebody fucking lying. No, like, all of these journalists can't be telling y'all the truth. You'll get that, right? These guys are trying to get a job. They're trying to get a job. Like, if I get a bunch of retweets and I'm known as this insider, I want to get hired. The goal is to be Woj. The goal is to be Shams. Like, guys want to be those guys. They want to. They want to have 1 million followers. They want people to talk to them about sources. They will make shit up. I will throw shit to the wall until something sticks and I get a bunch of million retweets because I was first for some reason. And then, like, it's crazy that people like just buy into these rumors that we're trying to trade everyone. Do you not get somebody is fucking lying on Twitter? They're lying. Like, it's just flat out lies at this point. There's nothing happening. It didn't happen. That's okay. That doesn't mean that Ainge was trying to trade our team. That doesn't mean that Danny Ainge is constantly trying to trade players because there are multiple reports. And this happens all the time around the offseason. I try to tell people, take everything that people say with a grain of salt. I never believe in anything that people say until it happens. Like with Danny Ainge, I just wait for the process to happen. And you know, he ends up being right because we've been to 3 of the last 4 Eastern Conference Finals. He knows what he's doing. So for people to say they can't keep anybody, they can't keep their own players, please shut up. You have no proof, and everything you're talking about is based on Twitter rumors, Twitter fake trades. It's based on players getting overpaid in free agency. It happens, guys. Players leave. It happens. Gordon Hayward left Utah. You see how they rebound like this guy, and he's not even our best player. So imagine how they felt losing their best player. Like we didn't even lose our best player. I just see guys outside of the community, guys that are not in the Celtics fan base, talking out the side of their neck. And there was a YouTube video that went up by a YouTuber. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna name no names. Talking crazy about Danny Ainge, man. Y'all don't know what the fuck you are talking about. And I'm sorry I have to use so much profanity in this video because I feel this is what I have to do to get across some of these people's thick head. Like, there is nothing adding to the claim that we can't keep players. Why did Jason Tatum sign his max? Why did Jaylen Brown sign his max? You know, like what are you saying? Like, we can keep players. Like that makes no sense. It's crazy that everyone says, well, the NBA, these GMs, they have no loyalty. But the only person being criticized for this is Danny Ainge. The only person being criticized for this is Danny Ainge. And I always bring it back to this point. We are the most hated franchise outside of the Knicks, and the only difference is we win. That is the only difference. We are the most hated franchise outside of the Knicks, and the only difference is we win. That's all I can chuck it up to. We win. and we gonna keep winning. Because our best player just signed 5 years, $195 million. My guy got the bag, and I'm happy for him. That's somebody that should have got paid for real. Jason Tatum. Like, I'm happy, dog. I feel like I covered all the bases, y'all. I just had to get that out of me because I was steaming, y'all. I was steaming for real. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.